back to my YouTube channel, #MovieBae. I am MovieBae, and in this video, I'm going to be recapping and reviewing Bad Boys episode 5, as well as Baddies West reunion. But before I get too into it, though, I would like for y'all to drop down and hit the subscribe button. Thank you. Because here on MovieBae, I do reviews, reactions, and commentary to movies and television. And if that is the type of content that you like, you might as well stick around and hit the subscribe button. And if you find yourself enjoying my commentary along the way, don't be afraid to give me a thumbs up and or drop a comment down below. It really helps your girl out with the YouTube algorithm. And I know you want your voice to be heard, so go ahead and drop it down in the comments. Now, let's go ahead and get started with Bad Boys Texas first, because this episode was kind of to me. All right, so we're gonna start off with Chef D and Raz B. Y'all all know that Chef D attacked Raz B on the bus. Apparently he threw a burger in his face over some unpaid tab at the club. Security is trying hard to restrain Chef D, and this part kind of low-key made me mad. Jonathan was like, why y'all all on him? Why y'all all on him? Because he's losing his fucking shit. That's why. So Raz B gets off of the bus, and then in the midst of security trying to pull away Chef D, he also swings on Carry-On, who then also gets off of the bus. So Raz B gets off of the bus. He's obviously pissed, and he's considering leaving the show. He says that when it came to the club situation, Chef D invited them out. They got bottles. However, Raz B didn't drink that night, so he feels like he shouldn't have to pay for the bottles. Now, Orlando follows Raz B off to the bus, and he is confused as to why Chef D touched Raz B. And it's like, oh, I'm not good because he put his hands on you. So I was looking like, bro, are you dumb? And Raz B basically gave him the same look. He was like, bro, if I tell you something out of confidence, me looking out for you because you my friend, I don't expect you to repeat that shit out loud in front of everybody. So Orlando's still confused. Raz B walks away, and Orlando's like, oh, so you mad at me now? Yes, nigga. Yes, I am mad at you. Like, duh. Back on the bus, Chef D is talking to Prince about the situation, because Prince is also one of the people that was out that night and owes Chef D money on the tab. Now, D says the reason why he was mad is because of the bottle, and Prince zails him immediately. See, my issue is, first off, I understand fighting over money. That's something that is understandable to me. However, the same way Chef D sat down and talked to Prince about the situation, the same way that Chef D sat down and later on in the episode talked to Rayleigh and Lou and not Jonathan, I don't think Jonathan was on the bus at that time, about the situation, I feel like he should have done the same thing to the other boys that were actually there, versus just saying, we went out that night and da da da, and now I'm hitting you. It's like, bro, have a conversation first. Then if somebody's like, fuck you, I'm not paying you your money, then you can slide on them. You know what I'm saying? But have a conversation first. Chef D finally makes his way off of the bus, and he starts chasing Carry-On around the bus trying to get his money, and Carry-On is literally running off. Like, I honestly don't know why Carry-On is afraid of Chef D. He might be 6'6", 350 pounds. I don't know, maybe not 350. That's probably pushing him. Like 325. But he can't fight. And you've seen this nigga on multiple occasions swinging and missing. Like, a swing and a miss, nigga. Like, I really don't know why you running from Chef D. So, I also wanted to mention how eventually Chef D gets mad at security because they, like, blocking him from getting to Carry-On, blocking him doing their fucking job. And he tried to post up with security. And I'm like, bro, you will get mink real quick. Like, Chef D, you can't fight. Like, don't even try it. I low-key wanted the security guard to hit him. So back on the bus, my two favorites get into it. And Orlando, y'all, Orlando is weird. So Banga tells Orlando, or he kind of like poses a question as to why he would be messy by bringing up that situation that Raz B told him. And Orlando gets pissed off at this. Orlando's like hooping and hollering, jumping and screaming, saying like, it don't matter who it was. If they would have gave me the information, I would have warned them too. Or I could do what I want. I could say what I want. Don't tell me. Don't try to play me. All this extra stuff, right? So Banga's just basically like, I'm not trying to argue with you. You know, I'm just like letting you know, like, I felt like that was messy. So Chef D is talking to Banga and Rail about the situation. And Chef D's like, no, like, it had to be brought up anyways. And Orlando takes his opportunity to reach over and swing on Banga. Apparently, he just hit his shoulder. But I was like, Bro, what is wrong with you? And he just getting up, don't ever play me in your life, blood. Don't ever play me in life, blood. And then in his confessional, he talking about cuz. Orlando, pick a set. You set tripping and you tripping in real life. It's very weird. So Jonathan and Relly had a booking back in Dallas, and they were supposed to go to the house in Austin and then head out to Dallas. However, because the bus had to get pulled over due to all the fights, they had to just get a sprinter and head straight to Dallas. By the time they get there, however, the club is closed. The booking that they had was at Headquarters, which is a very popping club in Dallas. I haven't been since the name change. However, I don't know what date they were booked on, but for them talking about that it was dead anyways, cap. Must have been a Tuesday or something. And Jonathan finds out that production wrecked his truck. Now, one, it makes sense why Plumber gave Jonathan a brand new truck for his birthday. Like, we thought he was just being nice, because I didn't know production was the people that was responsible for wrecking Jonathan's truck. He should have been got that. That ain't no birthday present. Nigga, that's what you owe me. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's kind of weird to me. Now, back in Austin, the boys get to the house and they pick their rooms. Orlando gets the master, Banga get the bunk beds, and Prince decides he's going to drag out the extra cot, you know, that they be sticking in these rooms, and he puts it in the living room. On the way back to Austin, Dee tells Lou and Rel what happened at the club because Jonathan decided to stay back and handle everything with his truck. So Dee claims that he told everybody the prices of the section and of the bottles before they even ordered anything, all right? Which is a very different story from last episode, because apparently he had to connect and everything was supposed to be comp. You know what I'm saying? So he says that Orlando and him split the bill while Raz B, Prince, and Carry-On walked out on it. Now, during this conversation as well, Rel and Lou make fun of Prince, calling him Princess because he didn't stand up for himself. When Chef D pressed him about the money, he immediately zelled him what he owed him, plus some. And they also said that he doesn't like the drama and the fighting because he had a panic attack. I low-key don't think it's fair to call him Princess, but, you know, this is different from Love and Hip Hop. This is very different from Love and Hip Hop. Rel, Lou, and Dee finally make it to the house in Austin. They go find their rooms, and Rel sits down and has a conversation with Natalie, and she lets him know that there will be a replacement coming very soon in place of Anthony. Now, Chef D is still trying to find his room, so he goes to the second house where most of the cast is already at. When Chef D walks up, he asks, what's that boy name? Carry-On, you got my money? You got my money? And then he just immediately swings on Carry-On. Now, Chef D can't fight. Like, he does no damage. Like, Carry-On. This is just a mess. So next episode, the replacement's going to come, and Chef D's also going to fight him too. Like, Chef D, after all these fights, you should get some type of skills by now. I need you to do some damage. You too big to not be doing nothing. Over the weekend, I decided to finally watch Gemini Films' Bad Boys Club. And when I tell y'all that is how Bad Boys Club should be, that is how Bad Boys Club should be. He's on season 8 now. It's a great storyline, dynamic cast. It really gives you BGC feels. So if you're not satisfied with Bad Boys Zeus, go ahead and go over to Gemini Films, Bad Boys Club. They also filmed in Texas. So go ahead and check that out. I was going to review it, but I'm actually just sitting and enjoying the show. You know what I'm saying? So I advise y'all to go watch that. I'll leave it linked down below if you are unaware of that channel. Now let's go ahead and get into this Baddies West reunion. First and foremost, I would like to applaud Zeus for finally having some type of structure to the reunions. I'm very proud that they brought the girls out in groups, because we got some type of dialogue and storyline as to who's beefing with whom, especially if you don't keep up with what's going on online. With that being said, now that we know now that we know to bring girls out in groups, now we need to learn how to remove bitches from the stage when they are disrupting the reunion. All right? I had the same facial expression as Stevie J this entire time. I was Stevie J in this whole moment, like just frustrated, surprised, annoyed, just wanting to give up. By the way, vernacular is not the word you were looking for, Stevie J. You're not T.I. Give it up. But with that being said, how I'm going to do this review is going to be by, I guess, like beef by beef. So let's get into it. The girls on the reunion that were doing absolutely positively the most in my eyes were Sky, Stunna, and Natalie, but we'll get to her later. Literally all they were doing is why people are trying to have dialogue and conversation, that I just wanted them so bad to remove Sky, Natalie, and Stunna from the stage so we could get a lot of important conversations that were actually trying to be had. When it comes to DJ Sky and Rolly, I really feel like DJ Sky wanted a moment because she didn't have a moment on the show, and it was giving really lame, girl. Like, sit down. You pressed an issue that didn't even have to be an issue with Rolly just so you could have TV time. I don't recall why Stunna was so mad at Rolly or beefing so hard with Rolly, but I do want to point out how Rolly was like, I can't even argue with this girl. You can't argue with Stunna because Stunna will get on your motherfucking head, bro. Stunna girl can read. Stunna girl is funny. That Stunna girl makes you not want to argue with her. She makes you want to fight her. So, Rolly, that's exactly why you didn't want to go back and forth with her, because that is a battle you would have lost. When it comes to them actually getting their ones, first off, I was so excited that security actually let them fight for like a good 5 to 10 seconds, because that's all these girls really need. They just need a couple of seconds, like 7 seconds, to just go at it real quick and get all that anger out. You see, after they fought, after Stunna and Rolly fought, they did not try to go at it again after that because they got it all out. Now it's time to move on to the next person. So please take notes, Zeus. Let the girls get their one off real quick, just for a little bit. You know, you don't want it to get too violent and too dangerous, and then break it up. This girl right here, Scotty, is so super lame to me. Scotty is very, very much so lame to me. So y'all already know that last season, Natalie was on Scotty's head for not helping her with her altercations. So this time around, it gave that Scotty knew that she had to help Natalie with her altercations. Even though she personally doesn't have any beef with Tommy, Scotty knew that she had to have Natalie's back. So when Tommy brought the taser, or, you know, basically revealed that she had a taser on her phone, Scotty went from 0 to 100 real quick because she was looking for a moment to prove her loyalty to Natalie, and bitch, you're lame for that. Tommy is not the best fighter to me, but Tommy would have mopped Scotty ass up real quick, and I wanted her to get through to Tommy just so Tommy could teach her to sit your ass down somewhere. Bitch, you not about that life. And it's okay to not be about that life. Just don't stunt like you about that life. When it comes to Scotty versus Razor, I'm with Tommy on that one. You know that girl ain't scared of you. You know you got lucky. Speaking of Tommy, before we get into Tommy and her beefs on this season, let's look at Rock. Her titties are tittying, baby. I'm a little bit jealous. Like, people in real life got boobs out here. Like, where am I? But all jokes aside, when Rock had her video message, I really felt like I was losing brain cells as she was talking. It was like, girl, what are you talking about? And then everybody starts fighting in the midst of her video, and they still got the video playing as if these bitches is listening. It was just a lot going on, y'all. I have OCD and very bad anxiety, and it's like, please cut something off. Tell the girls to shut up or cut the video off. It was just, this whole reunion was a headache, and when I pressed the pause button once upon a time, it said it had 35 minutes left to go. I said, I cannot watch this entire episode if this is all they're doing is hooping and hollering and yelling and screaming and talking over each other. I'm surprised I made it all the way through, y'all. I'm a survivor. Let's go ahead and get into Tommy versus Kat. Now, this was an altercation I was actually anticipating on seeing. However, when they got there, I felt like Tommy really didn't want any smoke with Kat, like, at all. It was kind of like a respect level type of thing, and she was surprised that Kat was offended by Tommy calling her a lapdog. And in my head, it's like, okay, Tommy, I like the vibe. You're chill. You don't want no drama. But at the same time, you can't be confused as to why that girl upset. Like, you can be chill all you want to, but don't be dumb. When it comes down to their actual physical altercation, I don't think they really, like, hit each other for real. I feel like Kat hit Tommy's arm, and maybe something that Tommy had on grazed Kat's, like, cheek, because she did have a little scratch on her cheek. Now let's go ahead and get into Natalie versus Tommy. First off, y'all know I love me some Natalie. Natalie is TV gold. However, she was doing the absolute positive most on this reunion. I was like, shut up. Shut up. And then when they removed her from the stage, she's still freaking talking. Like, shut up. And I was with Stunna when Stunna was like, look, don't blame me because you can't get your ones with Tommy. You talk too much. Bitch, run up. Run up. Like, like Razor said, we miss my girl Razor, my catchphrase queen. However, I understood why Natalie was so mad at Tommy, and she had every right to be. You talking about my family and all types of stuff. So I understood the rage. However, because Tommy was so chill, it made everybody else seem like they were in the wrong or crazy. It was kind of giving this old quote, like when people are arguing, people from a distance can't tell who's the fool. And even though Tommy was in the wrong, because she was so chill, it made everybody else seem like they were doing the absolute most. Now, when it came down to their actual physical altercation, security did finally let them get like 5 seconds in. And I don't care what y'all say, Natalie mopped that bitch up. I don't care. I don't care. Y'all already know the Tommy fans were immediately in the comments, oh, she wasn't fighting for real. Then bitch, go home. Like, if somebody's coming at you, you need to fight for real. Oh, she had her phone in her hand. If somebody's coming at you, then you need to drop your phone. Like, I don't want to hear the excuses. Natalie did her big one finally. Out of all the fights she'd been through, she finally did her big one. It was giving, in my opinion, season 4 vibes when she flipped Portia over on the steps and started whop, whop, whop in the head. It gave me those vibes. This is the Nelly that I missed. The Nelly with all that mouth to finally back it up. She basically used her weight to her advantage. No tea. Slung Tommy around. Got her with like a good whoomp. And then security came in. Natalie fell. Tommy grabbed her wig off her head. Moral of the story is Natalie did her big one. Oh, speaking of did your big one, I freaking hate when they say that. Do your big one. She did her big one. Blah, blah, blah. I hate that. Another thing I hate is them trying to force this. Get your issue. Get your issue. It's not fetch. Fetch is never going to happen, bitch. Stop trying to make fetch happen. It's never going to happen. My God. Thank y'all so much for tuning into my YouTube channel. Be sure you hit the subscribe button if you enjoyed my commentary. Give me a thumbs up as well if you enjoyed my commentary, and leave a comment down below. What were your thoughts on Bad Boys Texas, as well as this very much so discombobulated ratchet ghetto reunion from Zeus? Thank y'all so much for tuning in, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.